depths of human existence lies a profound truth that challenges the very foundations of how we perceive reality, morality, and our place within the cosmic dance of life. Friedrich Nietzsche's revolutionary concept of moving beyond good and evil represents not merely a philosophical stance, but a transformative journey toward authentic self-creation and the transcendence of limiting beliefs that have shaped human consciousness for millennia. The famous declaration that what does not kill us makes us stronger emerges not as a simple platitude about resilience, but as a fundamental principle of human transformation. Every challenge we face, every moment of suffering we endure, every crisis that threatens to shatter our carefully constructed world becomes an opportunity for metamorphosis. Like the phoenix rising from ashes, we discover that our greatest trials often become the crucible in which our truest selves are forged. To move beyond good and evil is to recognize that the moral categories we have inherited are often constructs that limit rather than liberate our potential. Traditional morality, while serving important social functions, can become a prison that prevents us from accessing our deepest creativity and authentic power. When we cling rigidly to predetermined notions of right and wrong, we risk becoming slaves to external validation rather than creators of our own meaning. This does not advocate for moral nihilism or destructive behavior, but rather for a more nuanced understanding of ethics that emerges from genuine self-knowledge and conscious choice. The person who moves beyond conventional morality does not abandon compassion or responsibility, but instead develops a more sophisticated and personally authentic approach to navigating life's complexities. The journey towards self-overcoming begins with the courage to question everything we have been taught to believe without examination. Our beliefs about success, happiness, love, purpose, and even our own identity often reflect the expectations and fears of others rather than our genuine inner wisdom. To create authentic values means to engage in the difficult but essential work of separating what truly resonates with our deepest nature from what we have merely absorbed from our environment. This process of questioning and reconstruction requires tremendous psychological courage. It means being willing to stand alone with our convictions, even when they conflict with popular opinion or social pressure. It means accepting responsibility for our choices and their consequences, without the comfort of blaming external authorities or circumstances. The person who creates their own values becomes both artist and artwork, sculptor and sculpture, continuously shaping themselves through conscious decision and deliberate action. The concept of the will to power, central to Nietzschean philosophy, represents not a desire to dominate others, but the fundamental drive towards self-mastery and creative expression. This power manifests as the ability to transform obstacles into opportunities, to find meaning in suffering, and to continuously expand our capacity for joy, creativity, and authentic connection with life itself. When we embrace this perspective, every setback becomes a teacher, every failure a stepping stone toward greater wisdom. The relationship with adversity transforms from victimhood to collaboration. We begin to understand that life is not happening to us, but through us, and that we possess far more agency in shaping our experience than we previously imagined. The development of genuine self-knowledge requires us to confront the shadow aspects of our personality with honesty and compassion. We must be willing to acknowledge our contradictions, our fears, our unconscious motivations, and the ways in which we have betrayed our own deepest values. This confrontation with the darker aspects of our nature is not meant to produce shame or self-condemnation, but rather to integrate these elements into a more complete and authentic sense of self. Carl Jung's concept of individuation parallels Nietzsche's vision of self-overcoming, emphasizing the importance of becoming whole rather than merely good according to external standards. The integrated person embraces both light and shadow, recognizing that true strength comes not from perfection, but from the conscious integration of all aspects of our humanity. The search for meaning in life cannot be satisfied by adopting ready-made purposes created by others. Each individual must engage in the creative act of meaning-making, discovering or inventing reasons for existence that resonate with their unique circumstances, talents, and aspirations. This process requires us to take full responsibility for our lives, abandoning the comfort of victimhood and the security of following prescribed paths. Viktor Frankl's insights from his experiences in concentration camps illuminate this principle powerfully. Even in the most extreme circumstances, human beings retain the fundamental freedom to choose their attitude toward their situation. This inner freedom, which cannot be taken away by external circumstances, represents the core of human dignity and the foundation of genuine empowerment. The cultivation of this inner freedom requires daily practice and continuous refinement. It means developing the ability to observe our thoughts and emotions without being completely controlled by them. It means learning to respond rather than merely react to life's challenges. It means cultivating the patience and persistence necessary to work toward long-term goals, even when immediate gratification is unavailable. Meditation, contemplation, and other practices of inner development become essential tools for anyone serious about self-transformation. These practices help us develop the inner spaciousness necessary to make conscious choices, rather than being driven by unconscious patterns and conditioning. They provide access to deeper levels of wisdom and creativity that remain hidden when we are constantly caught up in external distractions. The relationship between individual transformation and collective healing becomes apparent when we recognize that our personal work of self-overcoming contributes to the evolution of consciousness itself. Each person who breaks free from limiting patterns and creates authentic values contributes to the expansion of human possibility. Our individual journey toward authenticity becomes a gift to the broader human community. This understanding transforms our personal struggles from self-indulgent introspection into acts of service. When we heal our own wounds, integrate our shadows, and create meaningful lives, we model possibilities for others and contribute to the healing of the collective human psyche. Our personal liberation becomes connected to the liberation of all beings. The courage required for this journey cannot be underestimated. It means being willing to disappoint others in order to remain true to ourselves. It means accepting uncertainty and ambiguity rather than seeking false security in rigid beliefs or external authorities. It means embracing the creative tension of becoming rather than settling for the static comfort of being. Yet this courage also brings extraordinary rewards. The person who undertakes the journey of self-creation discovers capacities they never knew they possessed. They develop resilience that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. They find sources of joy and meaning that are independent of external validation. They become artists of their own existence, crafting lives of genuine beauty and significance. The aesthetic dimension of existence becomes central to this way of living. We begin to evaluate our choices not only in terms of their moral or practical consequences, but also in terms of their beauty, elegance, and creative potential. Life becomes a work of art to be crafted with care, attention, and deep appreciation for the possibilities inherent in each moment. This aesthetic approach to living does not mean becoming superficial or abandoning practical concerns. Rather, it means bringing the artist's sensitivity and creativity to all aspects of existence. We begin to see the potential for beauty and meaning in even the most mundane activities. We develop appreciation for the extraordinary complexity and wonder of ordinary experience. The integration of philosophical insight with practical wisdom becomes essential for anyone seeking to live authentically. Ideas that remain merely intellectual exercises fail to transform our actual experience. The concepts of moving beyond good and evil, creating values, and embracing the will to power must be embodied in concrete actions and daily choices. This embodiment requires patience and persistence. The transformation from conventional thinking to authentic self-creation happens gradually, through countless small decisions and subtle shifts in perspective. We must be gentle with ourselves during this process, recognizing that growth often involves temporary confusion and discomfort as old patterns dissolve and new possibilities emerge. The ultimate goal of this journey is not to achieve some final state of perfection or enlightenment, but rather to engage fully in the ongoing process of becoming. The person who moves beyond good and evil discovers that life itself is the destination, that the journey of self-creation is both the means and the end of meaningful existence. In embracing what does not kill us as that which makes us stronger, we transform our relationship with difficulty itself. We begin to understand that strength is not the absence of vulnerability, but the capacity to remain open and creative in the face of uncertainty. We discover that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act authentically despite our fears. This transformation of our relationship with challenge and adversity opens pathways to experiences of profound joy and fulfillment that are unavailable to those who remain trapped in conventional thinking. We develop the capacity to find meaning and beauty in circumstances that would overwhelm or embitter those who have not undertaken the journey of self-overcoming. The ripple effects of this personal transformation extend far beyond our individual lives. Our relationships deepen and become more authentic. Our work becomes an expression of our deepest values rather than merely a means of survival. Our presence in the world becomes a source of inspiration and possibility for others who are seeking their own path toward authenticity and self-creation. In the end, to move beyond good and evil is to embrace the full responsibility and magnificent opportunity of human existence. It is to recognize that we are not merely passive recipients of life's experiences, but active participants in the ongoing creation of reality itself. Through our choices, our attitudes, and our commitment to authentic living, we contribute to the evolution of consciousness and the expansion of human possibility. This recognition brings both humility and empowerment. We understand our connection to the larger web of existence, while simultaneously embracing our unique role as conscious creators within that web. We become both students and teachers, continuously learning from life, while also contributing our own insights and discoveries to the collective human journey. The path beyond good and evil, toward authentic self-creation, and the continuous process of becoming stronger through whatever challenges we face, represents one of the most profound adventures available to human consciousness. It requires courage, wisdom, and persistent dedication, but it offers rewards that extend far beyond individual satisfaction to encompass our deepest contribution to the healing and evolution of the world itself.